read the book Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter was a highly Euro boy in many ways. For one thing, he hated the summer holidays more than any other time of year. For another, he really wanted to do his homework, but was forced to do it in secret, in the dead of night. And he also happened to be a wizard. It was nearly midnight, and he was lying on his front in bed. The blankets, the blankets drawn right over his head like a tent, a torch in one hand and a large leather-bound book, A History of Magic, by Buster Bagshot, propped open against the pillow. Harry moved the tip of his eagle feather quill down the page, frowning as he looked for something that would help him write his essay. Witch burning in the 14th century was completely pointless disgust. The quill posted at the top of a likely-looking paragraph. Harry pushed his round glasses up his nose, moved his torch closer to the book and read. Non-magic people, more commonly known as muggles, were particularly afraid of magic in medieval times, but now very good at recognizing it. On the rare assumption that they did catch a real witch or wizard, burning had no effect whatsoever. The witch or wizard would perform a basic flame phrase charm and then pretend to shriek with pain while enjoying a gentle, tickling sensation indeed. Wetling the weird enjoyed being burned so much that she allowed herself to be caught no fewer than 47 times in various disguises. Harry put his claw between his teeth and reached underneath his pillow for his ink bottle and a roll of parchment. Slowly and very carefully he unsquared the ink bottle, dipped his quill into it, and began to write, pausing every now and then to listen, because if any of the Dursleys heard the scratching of his quill on their way to the bathroom, he'd probably find himself locked in the cupboard under the stairs for the rest of the summer. The Dursley family of Number 4, Private Drive, was the reason that Harry never enjoyed his summer holidays. Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and their son Dudley were Harry's only living relatives. They were muggles, and they had a very medieval attitude towards magic. Harry's dead parents, who had been a witch and wizard themselves, were never mentioned under the Dursleys' roof. For years, Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon had hoped that if they kept Harry as downtrodden as possible, they would be able to squash the magic out of him. To their fury, they had been unsuccessful, and now lived in terror of anyone finding out that Harry had spent most of the last 2 years at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The most the Dursleys could do these days was to lock away Harry's spellbooks, wand, cauldron, and the broomstick at the start of the summer holidays, and forbade him to talk to the neighborhood. The separation from his spellbooks had been a real problem for Harry because his teachers at Hogwarts had given him a lot of holiday work. One of the easiest, a particularly nasty one about sharing potions, was for Harry's least favorite teacher, Professor Snape, who would be delighted to have an excuse to give Harry detention for a month. Harry had therefore seized his chance in the first week of the holidays, while Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and Dudley had gone out into the front garden to admire Uncle Vernon's new company car in very loud voices, so that the rest of the street would notice it too. Harry had crept downstairs, picked the lock and on the cupboard under the stairs, grabbed some of his books and hidden them in his bedroom. As long as he didn't leave spots of ink on the sheets, the Dursleys need never know that he was studying magic by night. Harry was keen to avoid trouble with his aunt and uncle at the moment, as they were already in a bad mood with him, all because he'd received a telephone call from a fellow wizard one week into the school holidays. Ron Weasley, who was one of Harry's best friends at Hogwarts, came from a whole family of wizards. This meant that he knew a lot of things Harry didn't, but had never used a telephone before. Most unlikely, it had been Uncle Vernon who had answered the call.